maybe.
Right. So,
which in our case is Bernie Sanders.
Oh, without a doubt. No, definitely, without a doubt.
If Karl Marx was still alive today, he would be Bernie Sanders because that's how old he would be.
Yes, he would be. So check this out. During the, and I'm jumping back and forth, but I just thought of this, during the Democrat debate, both of them railed against special interest groups and big money and lobbyists and like, see for Obama, we put that in place, so that can't be done anymore. You can't let that happen anymore. And I don't know if Obama does this to like mess with everybody. You know, I mean, it's just like he does it to mess with people. Apparently, he just signed something over, and the Democrat Party is now allowing donations from the federal lobbyist and PACs, political action committees.
Okay.
But before, the Democrat Party said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
So there's a reason behind it.
And then they railed in the debate. See, we're not going to do that. Even our party said we're not going to do that. The day after the debate, breaking news, we're going to do it.
So they were only not lying at the moment. Unless you can prove that they intended on going back on their promise. Was it a promise or just a statement?
Oh, no, they're doing it. They're guaranteed we're going to do it. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So
scary.
It's a frustrating one.
Do you need a lightning round?
No. Well, what about the Super Bowl?
Did that happen this past weekend?
Yeah, I guess I was wrong about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because we did the show on Saturday.
You thought that Peyton Manning was
Chokey McChokerson.
Yeah, because of the fact that he chokes. Here's the thing. His team triumphed despite Chokey McChokerson.
Next morning, Broncos defense wins Peyton his final ring.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And that is true. He didn't need to choke or not choke. He just needed to not throw a bunch of interceptions. If he threw a bunch of interceptions, kind of doubtful that Denver would have won. So all he had to do was not throw interceptions. I mean, their defense scored their only touchdown, right?
Pretty much so.
It was a fumble. It was a pick six.
Right.
Fumble recovery into the, yeah. So anyway.
What about the halftime show?
Okay, so the halftime show, let me walk you through my thought process. I thought that I don't even remember the name of the original guys the guys that started the halftime show, and then got interrupted by Beyonce and Bruno Mars.
Well, but it was meant to be that way. It was meant to be that way. They were meant to interrupt.
Right.
That's
I'm just saying that it was kind of funny how they were originally supposed to be the only act, and everybody's like, who the hell are they? And then that freaked everybody out. Whoa, we need to call up the reinforcements because I don't think these guys are going to be able to carry the halftime show. Right. So that's when they called in Bruno Mars and Beyonce at the 11th hour. So anyway, they looked hot, whatever. They were dressed in nice outfits. They were dressed in all black. Beyonce and her crew were kind of like in this bikini, not bikini, but like a single piece type, looking like underwear type stuff, whatever. But it was tasteful. And Bruno Mars was in like these jumpsuits from MC Hammer, like an MC Hammer video, like real loose and everything. And they were all dancing. It was good. It was well done. It was entertaining. And there was nothing controversial. I'd say the most controversial thing that I saw, and believe me, I was looking because I do a radio show on Sunday. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Smith Radio. And of course, I want to report on anything controversial. And the only thing controversial that I noticed was that I thought that Beyonce with her outfit and her dance might have been one of the more risque halftime shows that I've seen. But it wasn't like there was a wardrobe malfunction like there was with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson, right?
Right.
So then it was over, and that was it. No controversy, right? The next, like, in 2 days later, I got the breaking news that the whole thing was a tribute to the Black Panthers.
Yes, and Malcolm X.
Well, he was like the leader of the Black Panthers at the time before he got assassinated.
Well, but Malcolm X is in himself. He doesn't need the Black Panthers as a connection.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he stands alone. Like Che Guevara doesn't need Castro.
Okay.
To tell you how bad he is.
I don't disagree with that.
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
But
yes.
And you know what? And I did notice this. I made a mental note.
People been asking me.
Okay. Sorry.
I made a mental note when I was watching the halftime show. Whoa, what are you doing?
People been asking this guy something.
I know. So
it's queuing up.
I did make a mental note when they did a close-up of Beyonce holding still and like not dancing. She was posing, and the camera was up close. I noticed her top looked like a formal military, like what we wore for service alphas.
Right. It's like a dress outfit.
Not dress, but service coat.
Oh, okay.
With the pockets.
Oh, yeah.
And the shoulder. It just looked very militaristic. But also, besides that, around her, making a giant X across her chest, were these giant, thick gold bands that kind of resembled a belt for a machine gun.
Bullets.
A belt of bullets.
Bullets.
That went both ways, like an X on her chest. Went all the way around her whole body. And I thought, that's kind of interesting. It kind of looks military, just the whole look of the whole thing. It's kind of interesting. Bruno, he didn't have that at all. It was more like a jumpsuit.
Well, her new song called Formation.
Yeah, which she sang. That's right.
She released that song prior to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And everybody read into it and saw it and was like, what? This is a Black Panthers Malcolm X song. What are you guys talking? You're giving a tribute to the Black Panthers?
Nobody knew.
And so by the time it hit the Super Bowl, for those of us that are in the know, we're prepared. However, people that weren't in the know were shocked that she would do this. I'm like, well, listen to what the song.
I'm surprised that she would go down this road. Like my dad said, look, when I look at Beyonce and I listen to her music and I think about like what she does politically, which is hardly anything, the last thing he thinks about is, oh, that's a black woman or, oh, that's a white woman. I mean, the woman's mixed, you know?
Well, so is Obama, but they claim he's black.
But, you know, she was in Destiny's Child and she did the R&B for a long time within the pop and all that. So I don't know. I guess I am personally surprised that she would have been inclined to make a song or perform a song that was a tribute to the Black Panthers. It's pretty surprising to me.
Okay. Well, there's a black pastor on YouTube who...
Is it clean?
Yeah, he's a pastor.
Yeah, but you know, I'm just kidding.
Oh, he's not one of those loonies.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not like...
I'm a pastor. Now listen to me.
I'd like to thank the Roushes and the Fords. I'd like to thank my smoking hot wife, my two strapping sons, Enos and Ellie.
Ellie?
I don't know.
Cletus
and Enos.
Bo and Duke.
Right. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Amen.
Who said that?
Well, that pastor said that.
He said boogity, boogity, boogity?
I'll get the soundbite for it. It's.
I remember. It's my hot wife.
It's a prayer.
I want to thank you for my hot wife.
Smoking hot wife.
Smoking. I'm sorry, I didn't get the quote exactly.
Okay, so here's this other black pastor that talks about Super Bowl 50 and his take on Beyonce.
Okay,
be careful. He's conservative.
Uh-oh.
Asking me what did I think about Beyonce's performance yesterday at the Super Bowl. I do know what she was doing. You understand? And I will say this, and this isn't coming from a white-black issue. This is just speaking truth and speaking what's right. There is a double standard that we do not acknowledge and that we do not address. There is a huge double standard. You can't tell one group, sit down, shut up, what you do is racist and offensive to me, put your Confederate flag away, while we want to parade and shove how we feel down everyone else's throat. I do know what Beyonce was doing yesterday. And then just a little history. 1966, Huey P. Newton, Geronimo Pratt, that's when the Black Panther Party was originated, in 1966 in Oakland, 50 years ago. Super Bowl 50 was yesterday in the Bay Area near Oakland. So Beyonce was parading in a celebration of the 50-year anniversary of the Black Panther Party. I do know what she was doing. And I will say this now, and you and I know, and I'm speaking to the black community. You and I know, and let's just be real, let's cut the crap. You and I know, if anyone else did a performance and they wanted to represent their heritage or how they feel about the past or history, and it was racially motivated like hers was yesterday, we would be pissed. We would be pissed. Okay? And I don't use that word lightly. We would be protesting, marching, calling Obama on the phone, Al Sharpton, Benjamin Crump. We'll be calling all of them, telling them to shut that down. So how is it that this girl can perform the way she did and we, yeah, baby, shake it, Beyonce, yes.
Because the white people didn't know.
Beyonce, yes.
White people did not know.
But we carry the double standard of having everybody else sit down, shut up, put your flag away. What you do offends me and us black people. That's just not fair. And I'm speaking truth. You can call me what you want. God bless the child that can hold his own. I move under God's spirit and its anointing. And those who've been following me know that. But what she did was foolish. How can you sit up there and be anti-police when 100 of them escorted you to the Super Bowl yesterday, Beyonce?
I'll tell you what, man. What he does not understand clearly is that like 99%, maybe 100% of white people watching that had no clue. Had no clue that the way she was dressed was a tribute to the Black Panthers, that the song or the lyrics or anything about it was her pushing any kind of a Black Panther agenda or having any kind of a tribute. Nobody knew. It was complete news to me. Even my dad was like, did you hear about the halftime show? Right, he had to find out from reading articles after the fact, after we all enjoyed it.
You know what's funny? Is that white folk don't seem to have their finger on the race button to hit to sound the alarm. They think we do. They think we're into this.
It's projection.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Exactly
they are so attuned to their antennae. Antenna. What's the plural? Antennae. Is that the plural?
Antennae.
Somebody call in and let us.
No, it's antennae. 77249 Smith.
Okay, so antenna is the plural.
Yeah.
Not like cacti. So they have finely tuned antenna that will pick up anything that either is racist.
Signals. The signals will pick up the signals.
They pick up the signals that either are racist or can be misinterpreted as racist. And they're very good at that. And I'm not talking about black people when I say they. I'm talking about all Democrats. Right. All, not Democrats, but progressives in particular.
Well, because that's a good it's a subject that they can use to race bait, start the war, have each other at each other's throat.
Important.
Because if you have the people in unison pulling together, fighting together as a unit, a solid group, a solid American unit, you can't stop them. However, if you divide all the Americans up
and hit them one by one
and have them coming at each other,
yeah,
politicians
divide and conquer, right? And then help each other help each of the groups to join your cause to defeat the other groups.
Right. So a really great guy out of Wisconsin, Sheriff David Clark.
He's